Welcome to the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. In today's video, we go on a journey into the heart of this famous manga to look at the 2-year time skip, which is one of its most important parts. During a story full of twists, turns, and deeply emotional moments, the time skip is a very important part of our favorite character, Monkey D. Luffy's life. Come with me as we break down the events that led to this important break, talk about its deep meaning, and figure out why Eiichiro Oda chose to make this break, making Luffy the strong pirate he is today. One Piece, by Eiichiro Oda, is one of the best manga Shonen Jump has ever had. After over 20 years, it is truly amazing for a series to keep up the same level of stability as One Piece. This is one of the many reasons why many people think this story is the best fiction ever written. It's no wonder that One Piece is split into 2 parts for avid fans who have truly relished the journey. The show's first season is about Luffy's adventure from the East Blue to the Grand Line and the end of the Paradise half of this wide ocean. As the show progresses, Luffy ventures to the New World, the other side of the Grand Line. The time skip between these 2 parts of the story is 2 years after the Paramount War. There are time skips in anime and manga all the time, but Oda's 2-year time skip has a reason for it. Part 1. The events leading to One Piece's time skip. People who like One Piece know that the time skip happened after a hard story arc where Luffy tried to save his brother. I can tell that the time skip in One Piece happened after the Summit War arc. After Blackbeard defeated him, Ace was handed over to the world government. They were going to put Ace to death, so he needed to be saved. Kuma was about to wipe out Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates on the island of Sabaody Archipelago. After the group split, Luffy, who was leading them, was sent to Amazon Lily. Luffy discovered that his brother was facing execution and decided to rescue him. He was able to sneak into Impel Down with Hancock's help, but his plan to save his brother failed. Luffy freed numerous inmates and acquired a battleship to reach Marineford, the intended site of the execution. Ultimately, he joined the Paramount War, where the great pirate Whitebeard fought against the whole world government. The Navy and the Shichibukai were ready to fight this incredibly Yonko group. Luffy appeared lost when thrown into the midst of it all, as observed by fans. Anyway, Luffy didn't give up and, somehow, found his way to Ace and freed him, too. Part 2. One Piece's 2-year time skip. Even though Luffy was able to free Ace, his happiness didn't last long because Ace soon gave up his life to save his little brother from Admiral Akainu. He protected Luffy with his back from a punch that would surely have killed him. Ace died because of this, which made Luffy understand he was too weak to protect the people he cared about. Furthermore, fans were presented with a comprehensive account of Luffy's journey. They learned that Luffy became strong enough to protect the people he loved and always be close to them. It was clear that Luffy wanted to get stronger for good reasons, which was a great connection to the fact that he was still weak after all these years. Because of this, Luffy needed to get stronger. This is something that Oda talks about in his speech. Oda said that the 2-year time skip in One Piece was because he didn't think Luffy was strong enough to fight the Yonko at that moment. Oda always wanted One Piece to be a story about Luffy fighting the strong emperors of the sea. Even though there was a time skip, Oda thought Luffy needed this break to get to that level. It wouldn't have made any sense for Luffy to make such a huge jump and beat an emperor before the time skip. Because of this, Oda needed Luffy to get stronger, and Ace's death was the right chance for him to do so. This helped Luffy get to the next level as a pirate and made him strong enough never to lose anything or anyone close to him again. Gladly, Rayleigh, the Pirate King's right-hand man, agreed to mentor Luffy on the island of Ruscana for 2 years. Luffy told everyone on his team in a message that they would see each other again in 2 years on the island of Sabaody and that they needed to improve. For this reason, the time skip was possible. In the end, Rayleigh taught Luffy the ways of Haki, which was good because it made him very strong. Part 3. Why 2 years? Most fans know that One Piece went back in time by 2 years. The Straw Hat Pirates and Luffy were separated on Sabaody. 3 days and 2 years later, they finally met again on this island. Starting their journey to the New World, the 2-year time frame wasn't just something Oda chose randomly, though. Oda's choice to skip 2 years has something to do with Luffy's personality. Luffy was 17 years old when he first set out on his journey as a pirate. Oda probably picked this age because 17 is a tricky age between adulthood and a child at this point. It was clear that Luffy would become a more experienced pirate. But Oda thinks that Luffy's carefree and childlike behavior are important parts of who he is. Even more, he wanted a lot of people all over the world to relate to Luffy as a child. So, he didn't wish for Luffy to return from the time skip. Oda said he chose 2 years because he didn't want Luffy to be too old when he returned, so having Luffy return at 19 was best for him. In this way, Luffy was older and stronger than before, but he wasn't so old that people who grew up watching him would feel like they didn't know him anymore. Oda made the right choice when he chose to skip 2 years. Since returning, Luffy has been stronger than ever and has already taken over a big part of the Grand Line. Not long ago, Luffy beat Kaido, one of the Yonko, and became Emperor of the Sea himself. He only needs to do one more thing to claim the One Piece and become King of the Pirates. Fans are looking forward to seeing his dream come true, and it's getting closer with each chapter. Summary and highlights. Many people think One Piece is the best work of fiction because it stays true to its original story. In One Piece, the 2-year gap happened after the Summit War arc, in which Luffy lost his brother Ace while trying to save him. Luffy had to go back 2 years to get stronger and reach a level where he could fight the great emperors of the sea. The time skip also kept Luffy young, making him likable to viewers. We've learned how important One Piece's 2-year time skip is as we sail through the seas of complicated stories and character growth. From the chaos that followed the Summit War to Luffy's journey of self-discovery on the island of Ruscana, this break wasn't just a break in the story but a place where characters grew and changed. Eiichiro Oda carefully chose the events that led to the time skip and the 2-year plan for the story, and the result is a story that fans worldwide can relate to. We say goodbye to the study of the time and skip a chapter that has left a permanent mark on the history of One Piece. We can't wait for Luffy to go after the Pirate King title and for One Piece to be revealed have smooth seas, good winds, and a never-ending sense of wonder until our next journey. Thank you very much for visiting the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our funny sketch videos and anime reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along